Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Dharan. I'm the Senior Terms for Medley's Toastmasters Club. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Medley Toastmasters Club. The mission of the Toastmaster is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, results in greater self-confidence and personal growth. To run a successful meeting, we do have 3 ground rules. Rule number 1, please put your mobile phone either in silent mode or in airplane mode. I'll give you 10 seconds. Rule number 2, please use a chit of paper to communicate during the meeting, which helps to avoid the distraction for the speaker. Rule number 3, please avoid using sex, religion and politics in your speeches. With this, I would like to invite a person who recently closed a 2 million deal, which is 10 crores for his company. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Mr. President for the Medley Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sir General Toastmaster Dharan, for a warm introduction about the President, Mr. President, and with the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 744 open. I welcome dignitaries DTM Vijayarajan, former Area Governor, DTM Sundar, former President and Area Governor, DTM Thomas Abraham, former PR Manager District 120 and former President of Medley, and I welcome former President and former President of Medley Toastmasters Club, DTM VN Subramanian. I also welcome our members for today's afternoon's meeting and also the guests who are present here for this meeting. With this, I would like to share about Toastmasters International. This is one important week for Toastmasters International. There is an event happening now, today, where 8 of the international contestants of Toastmasters will be contesting for one title, which is the World Championship for Public Speaking, which is one of the coveted title for any public speaker. So the championship contest is going to happen today. So Toastmasters International, which has presence over 145 countries with around 6,000 clubs all over these countries, has 16,200 clubs with more than 3,65,000 members, is having this contest every year. We are also having few contests at our club level. It will start from the club level and it will go to the district and then to the international level. So the contest is happening now. Medley, which is part of this prestigious organization since 2008, has just finished its 15th year anniversary in June 2023, and we are closely moving towards our 750th milestone meeting in October 2023. With this, I would like to introduce the guests who are present here. Can you please come over here and introduce yourself?
Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I am pursuing my MBA first year from IIT Madras. I was born and brought up in Tirunelveli. I did my BE Mechanical Engineering from College of Engineering in the Anna University. Then I worked for 36 months Torangas Private Limited, which is a city gas distribution company. After which I given that and joined IIT Madras for my MBA. This is about myself.
Thank you. Lisa, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm from Coimbatore actually. Now currently studying at TM University. doing my master's in engineering. I was at an internship for a month in INT. There we recommended to go to Toastmasters. The HR recommended to go to Toastmasters and improve my speaking skills. And, so that's it.
Good to know. How many of you have heard about restaurant of mistaken orders?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you give me what is it about so that it's not mundane mind? Explain it.
Challenged people who are there who take the orders, so it's intentional, like they may take mistake orders and the order what we give will be different what they give.
Correct. May know from you.
Same thing. The customers are enjoying the experience. That is it.
So it's an NGO initiative from Japan where the NGO was treating or taking care of the persons who are affected with dementia. Usually dementia patients, they forget things, right? So this NGO was taking care of these people. They thought maybe they could stand on their own food. They could get some pay for what they are doing. So what they decided, they started a restaurant where the dementia patients will be the service. So as a guest, as a customer, when you walk into the restaurant, any restaurant, and you ask for some food service, and if the server gives something else by mistake, we don't accept it, right? We get angry, we complain to their managers. Alternatively, in this particular restaurant, the dementia patients are the servers. They take the orders from the customers. Usually 95% of the time, the orders are given at the wrong table. But the customers were informed about the server's physiological status. So the customers, as DTM Sampath said, they were delighted to accept those mistakes or mistaken orders, and they were delighted to visit those restaurants. So this restaurant got a lot of accolades all through the international level, all through globally, and they have started their branches globally. Usually, when you accept mistakes of others and give the feedback, the person on the other side, they grow. Whatever the means it be, they grow from where they are. So Toastmasters is one such area where we accept the other people as they are and give a prospective and progressive feedback where each one of us collaboratively we grow. So I welcome you all to one of such prestigious club, Medley Toastmasters Club. With that, today's proceedings will be taken over by Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day is none other than our humorous hero, who is going to make us laugh out loud before the humorous contest which we will be having in the month of September. Without much ado, I invite Toastmaster Ananthan to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Toastmaster President Venkataseshan, for the kind words. I never knew all these things before I came over here, man. You make me feel really, really good. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and Medleyites. I am Ananthan. I am the Toastmaster today for today's meeting. As the Toastmaster of the day, my role is to call the right Toastmaster on stage, applaud them at the right time, and make sure the meeting is conducted in the right and timely manner. Let me start off with an anecdote. There's once a person. He wanted to meet his friend, a doctor, who was in a mental hospital. So the next day, he went to meet the doctor, they exchanged pleasantries, and they decided to do the rounds. As they did the round, in the first cell, they saw a very strange sight. The person was sitting on top of the fan and shouting, "Rupa! Rupa!" The friend got a little bit bemused, and he asked him, "Why is he shouting Rupa, Rupa?" The person told him, this person was in love with a girl called Rupa. He spent a lot of money on her. But as fate would have it, he left Rupa, deserted her, and ended up marrying up someone else. And that's why he's become mad after her. Expressing condolences, sympathy, the duo went ahead. As they moved a few meters, in another cell, there was another person. He was also shouting on top, or sitting on top of the fan and shouting, "Rupa! Rupa!" The person asked him, "What is this here? Rupa, Rupa?" He asked him, "Why is he shouting Rupa?" The friend looked back to him and said, he was the person who married Rupa and became mad after marrying her. Friends, isn't it true? The one person who was madly in love with Rupa, he has become mad because he was in love, and the other person became mad because of Rupa. So Rupa is the case for happiness as well as for distress. Even as you think about the Rupa in your life, isn't it true that we feel that we receive happiness once when we receive certain things, only to realize that that's not the case once you receive it. So we keep postponing our happiness, which is exactly the theme of the day for today's meeting. But one thing which is always going to give you happiness is Toastmasters. A little bit about Toastmasters. Toastmasters was founded by Ralph C. Medley on October 22nd, 1924. On why did the Toastmasters come into place was Sir Ralph Medley realized that in YMCA, Younger Men Christian Association, a lot of people were there who were good in technical skills but did not have the ability to communicate, and hence he founded Toastmasters. When I first joined Toastmaster, I thought maybe somebody will serve me toast because it is Toastmaster. But the reason Toastmasters came into place was their activities resembled a banquet, and they would have after dinner and they would raise the toast to the speaker after dinner, and that's why the name Toastmasters came into play. What are the strength we are looking out for? Looking at 3,64,000 members. You heard it right, 3,64,000 members, 145 countries and 16,200 clubs. That's the nature of the magnitude of Toastmasters. A little bit about the meeting. There are 3 stages in a Toastmasters meeting. You have the prepared speech, you have the table topics, and then you have the evaluation session. Prepared speech, I feel, is a bit similar to test cricket. What happens in test cricket? The speakers prepare the speech, they rehearse, conceptualize, deliver, rewrite, forget, practice, re-practice, and deliver the speech. So it's called prepared speech, the ultimate test for any speaker. The second session is the table topic speaker, where the ability to deliver an impromptu speech and your thinking on the field ability is tested. I compare it to T20 cricket, because you know the topic, you hit it for 6, otherwise you just have to play around it. Very essential skill for people who want to come up with a fancy excuse with your boss or with your wife. This is the session to be in. And last but not the least is the evaluation session, which I compare to extra innings in a cricket. What happens in extra innings? You see the beautiful girls who come there, Mandira Bedi, they give lessons to what the batsman and bowler of Tendulkar's class should do. They don't have any knowledge about it. The only difference over here is we have established Toastmasters who come and they speak a lot of sense and give feedback to the Toastmasters. As they say, feedback is the breakfast of champions. That's about the general protocol of Toastmasters. What about the curriculum of Toastmasters? We have something called pathways. There are 11 parts. It takes a long imagination. It takes a minimum of applause for this music plays. It's also dancing Toastmasters. That's what Toastmasters can do. It can bring out lovely music from good mobile phones. There are 11 parts in Toastmasters. The opportunity to build 300 unique competency skills is what Toastmasters can offer. That's a little bit about Toastmasters. Coming back to the theme of the day. Charlie Chaplin said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." There was a very interesting conversation between Einstein and Charlie Chaplin. Einstein told Charlie Chaplin, "Sir, I appreciate your grace. You have your art has universal applicability. You don't see a thing, but the world understands you, knows you." Charlie Chaplin, being Charlie Chaplin, said, "I acknowledge that, but your glory is far more higher." Einstein asked, "How come?" He said, "The world appreciates you even though they understand one bit of what you say and what you do." That's Charlie Chaplin for you. We are in this contemporary age, we're living in a world where we play with emotions. Let me ask you a few questions. What is the full form of LOL? What about ROFL? Rolling on 40. What about LMAO? LMAO. It's about the same thing, laughing on X out. But the problem is, we only play with emotions in what no, I don't see anybody actually laughing. That is the problem. So what we will do, we'll do a small demonstration. Are you with me?
Yes.
Fantastic. Can I request you to just stand up a little bit? Here we go. I repeat and you repeat after me. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha here. Okay? Thank you very much for being a sport. Thank you very much. Well, if you just saw what happened, the doctors will tell you the brain doesn't distinguish whether it is a genuine happiness or fake happiness. We have a lot of doctors who will vouch for that. The problem is we don't laugh. The another important thing about happiness, about laughter, is laugh with people, do not laugh at people. What happens is, if you laugh at people, the whole Mahabharata happened because Draupadi laughed at Duryodhana when he fought. So be careful when you laugh. That's the second rule for happiness. Keep laughing. Now if you move to the business end, our first role player is a veteran corporate communicator who has 4 decades plus experience. He is a former special director in Ashok Leyland and a former D82 PR manager. He's a multifaceted personality, designer, traveler, speaker, photographer, and the list goes on. For him, what gives him happiness is spending time with his 2-year-old child and taking stills of the mercurial child who just doesn't remain still. Please put your hands together to welcome none other than DTM, double DTM, Thomas Abraham, who will play the role of the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, TMoD. Good afternoon, all my dear friends. I have no Rupa in my package, but I have a good team of people helping us all in the quality assurance area. Not really quality assurance, in quality audit area. We can do nothing about the past. We can help you all do something about the future. So as for me personally, my radar has already up. I'm already observing things. I will come back to you with the feedback when I'm asked to do that. And along with me, there are 3 giving constant feedback from beginning till the end. They are what is called a tag team. Hi there. What is a tag team? Tag team is a timer, hour counter. He counts the hours. It's not a counter. And third, you have the grammarian. So let me start with the 3 of them, the trio. See, the timer today role is being played by Toastmaster Sajiv. He is a part of a global asset management company called Brookfield. You like the name? Yes. Nice name. I almost want to go and see the property he sells. He believes that everything that's happening to him today, good or bad, is for a cause, because of some reason. And his happiest moment in life? Building a house for his parents in Trishur, his hometown. Love this. I love it. And what gives him happiness generally is travel on 4 wheels, which helps safety. Over to you to explain your role.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How are you? Yeah. So today I'm gonna do the role of timer. So as a timer, my role is to keep up the time for all the speakers and to ensure that they are finishing their speech on the allotted time. This will also help to ensure that finish our session on time. So to start with, we have 3 sessions today. For the prepared speeches, the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5 minutes, I will show you the green card. And 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And the end of the 7 minutes, I will show the red card. For the table topics speeches, for the allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show you the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will show you the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will show you the red card. For the third session, for the evaluators, evaluation speech, the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show you the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show the red card. So I will share the report at the end of the session. Over to you, TM.
Sorry, please don't count this timer. Sorry. Now we will have the second of the trio, namely the accountant. The accountant's role is today being played by Toastmaster Tamil. In a career spanning 20 years, he has created multiple software systems. I think we'll discover more of that after the meeting. He is currently a technical program manager with Atos, managing a team of 40. Attitudinally, he believes that he is positive and he is adaptable. He believes that challenges are opportunities for growth. That's very much the Toastmaster style. Very good. He's already at heart a Toastmaster. His happiest moment? A 3-day trip to Yelagiri with an extended family. And as for what gives him happiness, meditation, walking, listening to audiobooks, and travel. Over to Toastmaster Tamil for explaining to us his role.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Actually, the communication of the speaker is completely affected by three elements of fillers or filler words. So the first type of filler words is like basically the filler sounds this kind of form, first form. The second form of the filler words are often we use so, but, and. So then the third form we often use to repeat the words, like sometimes we repeat the phrase. These are the things, my duty as an accountant, I need to monitor all these and count the number of filler words used by the Toastmaster who are giving the speech or who are speaking in today's meeting. I hope all the best to the speakers who will speak and to avoid all the filler words, so that I will meet you again with my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I noticed that you have internalized the script and given it to us. It is beautiful, rather than reading it out. Wonderful. The third of the trio is the Grammarian, a role that's being played today by Toastmaster Suresh, who is passionate about movies, jailer. No. He is passionate about engines. That's why he is doing his third year engineering in mechanical engineering. Absolutely. That's right. And his virtue, he believes kindness is virtue. And Toastmaster Suresh likes it when people around him are happy. Any wonder he is here? That's why he's in Medley, right? And to me rather, what stands out was his Icebreaker. You remember it? Some of you would remember it. It was about his tennis coach. Hard nut to crack, but kind at heart. The way he delivered with aplomb, unexpected of an icebreaker. I still remember that until you better it next time. Over to you to explain your role.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. How are you doing today? As introduced, my name is Suresh, and yes, I am doing mechanical engineering at CEG. And today, my role as a grammarian is to my role today is to note down the speaker's unique vocabulary, like any unique words, or noting down any special phrases or the idioms that a speaker uses. So let me go and introduce today's word of the day. Today's word of the day is loquacious. Yeah, my apologies, small. Today's word is loquacious. It means the word loquacious means talkative, right? So let me give an example. So all of us know there are two types of people in the society. Like in terms of communication. We have introverts and extroverts, right? All of us know about that. So, for example, extroverts tend to be more loquacious in nature than introverts. So that's the word today. It's loquacious.
Thank you very much. You want to place it somewhere? Yeah.
Loquacious.
Loquacious. The spelling is L-O-Q-U-A-C-I-O-U-S. Loquacious.
Locations.
Q.
Stick it over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Q will not have a sound after Q.
Yeah.
Most
Sure. So try that, and thank you, three of you, for your explanation of the roles. Now you wonder what I'm going to do here. I'm going to look at this meeting as a whole. Even when the meeting was thought of, right from there, we will go back to history. And I will also keep a watch on. By the way, the good news is train has reached Basinbridge station. It's ahead of the time by 1 minute. Challenge is, as of now, challenge is, we will try our best. The guard and the driver, don't ask who is the driver, who is the guard. We will want to reach Mysore on time. With your cooperation, we will. If somebody is pulling a chain, I'll keep a note and make a report at the end. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas, and for your team to come over. You were not loquacious, but you were very succinct and brief. Grammarian, please note. Okay, how many of you are active in social media? How many of you post in active social media? Posting in social media? Few here and there. Now let's be honest. How many of you feel happy when somebody likes your post in social media? Almost everybody. There was a friend of mine who confessed that she lost many of her friendships with other people just because she didn't like their post in Facebook. Yes, you heard it right. Just because she didn't like their post. She came up with a novel strategy. She said, from now on, I will do one thing. Whatever anybody posts, I'll keep liking, like, I'll put smiley, smart of love. Perfect strategy, friendship restored. The problem was, another day, somebody in the group posted, grandma died. Don't ask me what happened afterward. That's the problem in today's social media. We live in a world in social media where you feel the whole world is happy except you. Picture this. You are happy, hobnobbing with your spouse in Pondicherry, good place. You suddenly get a notification. You look up to it and say, your friend Venkataseshan is partying in Spain. Immediately, your better half is there. She sees what is happening. Better half soon becomes bitter half. Spain versus Pondicherry, what is happening? And it starts. When are we going? And you know that is the problem. Now what has happened is pain has given a lot of pain, and that word the self in the brain says that has become the bane for an happiness. That is what Venkataseshan, my friend, has done. That's what happens to most people because you start comparing with people. If at all you have to compare with people who are lesser than you was, who are going to Adayar or who are going to Tiruvallur for vacation out there, then your happiness will start increasing. So what's my point? Rule number 3 of happiness. If you want to be happy, just compare your current position, not with something which is better, but something which is worse, and you feel a lot better. If I have failed in one subject, the other person is failing in 3 subjects, I am happy. That's how happiness is run. See, comparing with people. Well, to give another extent of, another variant of happiness, we move to the next segment, which is the prepared speeches. Our first speaker is someone who works as a manager in a Ajuba Solution, which is a medical billing company. Her happiest moment was when she was nominated for the Best Team Award, which she did not know, which was unaware. And the icing on the cake was she ended up getting the Best Team Lead Award. Before I call upon Toastmaster Kalyani, can I call upon her evaluator Toastmaster Vijayarajan to read out the speech objective. Toastmaster Vijayarajan.
Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today our speaker Toastmaster Kalyani is delivering her speech from Dynamic Leadership, writing a speech with purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn to review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, for reading out the objective. Toastmaster Kalyani, embracing unity, Toastmaster Kalyani. Then
That was a rainy Sunday. My cousin's kid was playing in the balcony. Suddenly she dragged me, and there was a dead cockroach. Two small ants were trying to pull the cockroach. As we were watching, many ants lined up there and pulled the cockroach into their anthill. Good evening, Toastmaster Puri, DTMs, or Toastmasters and guests. Unity is crucial because it gives power, courage, and strength. Unity is often seen in the workplace where members come together to achieve a task, or in some local communities where people help each other. When people are united, they achieve a lot than when they can do it individually. Family is a symbol of bondage, unity, and harmony. In family, they share each triumphs and troubles, sorrows and joys with each other under the same roof. Drops of water make a mighty ocean. The power of strength and energy. Unity makes to achieve more. This happened in one of my previous projects, where we had a number of 30 in a team. All were from different areas, all were really energetic, enthusiastic, very young, and they were ready to take up any challenges. But they had a common problem, was as a team, they could not do. So one of our senior managers decided to solve this problem. He planned for a team outing. In the outing, he gave everyone balloons. He asked them to write their name and blow the balloon, but without bursting it. Then he sent everyone outside, and after some time, he asked them to come in. Now, he told us to bring the balloon with our name in it. It was in a room where there were many balloons without names. It was mixed. So, he gave given us 15 minutes of time, but nobody could bring the balloon with our name in it. Now he said, in the third round, he said, pick up a balloon with a name. Whatever name is in it, give to that person. So everyone again went for the search, and within a couple of minutes, everyone had their balloons in their hand. That is the power of teamwork and strength. So he explained, most of the time, team members hack themselves, avoid collaboration, and distance themselves from the teams, which is an obstacle to the organization, and sometimes it also affects the individual. As Abraham Lincoln had said, a house divided against itself cannot withstand, which became true in the Civil War, where the country faced a lot of sufferings. As Toastmasters and guests, you may have a question. Is unity possible in all areas? Yes, of course. We are here to help each other in our goals. Are we not? During COVID pandemics, doctors and nurses of the entire world served the entire world without thinking about their life. The important traits that is required for the unity are humility, patience, adjusting nature, courtesy, respect. A thin fibers of jute. When twisted, it forms a rope that can control mad elephant. As an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So let's be together, friends. Have a great day. Handing over to TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalyani. Modi had imposed GST only on taxes, not on applause. You can please applaud a little bit more loud. As we move on, our next speaker is a CA by profession, a family man and a learner for life. His happy moment in his life was when he held his baby girl for the first time after her birth. His mantra of happiness is very simple: complete small tasks, have them, and complete it within time. Before calling Toastmaster Rajesh, can I call upon his evaluator TM Anuradha to read out the speech objectives? Can we hear it for Anuradha, please?
Good evening, family members, Medley family members and friends. Today, Toastmaster Rajesh Shagu is giving his speech in his leadership development pathway, level 1 and project 5. In this, he is giving second speech. The project of this speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the club meeting. And another purpose is for the member to demonstrate the ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech evaluation speech. So these are the objectives. And as last week, General Evaluator Toastmaster Pravina told, let us not scare the speaker. So let us welcome him with warm smile and a big round of applause. And the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Rajesh. Over to TMoD.
Toastmaster Rajesh, no mud, no lotus, no mud, no lotus, Toastmaster Rajesh.
Dal, 2 kg, onion, half kg, garlic, 200 grams. I looked at the kitchen manager and asked, for how many students is this ration? And he answered, for 250 students. Oh my God. Good afternoon, TMoD, my fellow speakers and friends. Yes, this was the ration used to cook a meal for 250 students. For my 11th and 12th classes, I stayed at a government boys hostel. A 15-year-old boy who never stayed away from his parents more than 2 weeks was left at a new place to stay for 2 years. Initial 7 days went in weeping, missing my family. Next 2 months went in the fear of ragging from seniors. For each and every small thing, I used to call my father, and he used to come on the next day. Enemy's enemy is a friend, right? So we made a gang of first-year students who could be united when any senior does any ragging on a student. So this has exposed us to the first lesson of leadership, that is teamwork. Be united against all odds. There are many boys who belong to relatively economically backward families with a minimum amount of pocket money every month. So we used to help each other by lending and borrowing among ourselves. The most sad commodities were toothpaste and hair oil. So if one boy buys toothpaste and hair oil, then the whole block depends on that poor guy to use the hair oil and toothpaste. Though it may seem bit odd, it has exposed us to the practical principle that is sharing is caring. You all could see my scar on the head. Okay. So it was early morning, 3 a.m. when I fell flat on the floor, okay, due to my low BP. When I opened my eyes, I was surrounded by my friends, and someone was holding a cloth on my head to stop the bleeding. Rajesh, are you okay? Are you able to listen to us? Okay, shouted my friend Jaga. Ambulance was delayed because it was early morning. So my friend Bapu rushed to the lectures colony in no time and borrowed the scooter and some cash from the superintendent for my treatment. I was carried in the scooter by my friends to hospital. Okay. When I came back to sense, I saw hundreds of students surrounding me, including the president of the college and the principal. So they have all added for my treatment, including scanning and medicines, etc. I reached home in the evening with a bandage on my head, accompanied by my dear friends. My family members were initially shocked, then had a sigh of relief and were very happy seeing me safe. The sense of urgency and the care shown by my friends saved me. Here I learned another lesson of life, that is, friendship is one of the best relations in a life. When any new movies used to get released, we used to go to watch the movie by train, that too without ticket. It was not due to fun, but money was not enough to buy the movie ticket, some food, and then on top of it, the train ticket. So we had to compromise with the train ticket. So while returning back from the movie, my friend Bapu pulled the chain of the train. He was sure that chains in local trains do not work. Alas, the train stopped. That too in the middle of the Mahanadi river. It's over the 2 kilometers spread long bridge. We see left, right, everywhere it's only water. Our LOL faces turned into long faces. Why did you do this? Asked the TTI to Bapu. I immediately backed my friend. So what? The TTI then told, okay, let me call the regular police force and hand over all of you. My friend was palpitating by the time. So I somehow gathered courage and requested the lady, okay, who was accompanying the TTI to forgive us and with a promise that we won't ever repeat it in our life. As expected, the TTI listened to the lady and left us with a stern warning. My friend returned as if from his death, and he hugged me with happiness and thanked me for my courage. Life lesson learned: never leave them who have helped you in your difficult times. So he was the same guy who had carried me to the hospital in the scooter. Friends, life is a great teacher. Adversities grinds us and sharpen us. No pain, no gain. No mud, no lotus. What I am today is the experiences all I have gathered throughout my life. And what I'm experiencing now, I strongly believe will open a new phase to my life. Thanks for listening. And over.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh, for a wonderful speech. As we move on, our next speaker comes from the house of the Singh and the King family in the north. He is an IITian. His happiest moment was when he celebrated birthday with his friends, and he was chilling when we were moving to Delhi from Noida, and he was chilling in that Alto 800. Isn't it so sweet? He believes that every moment is a moment for happiness. You look things at the right perspective. Before I call TM Hemant, can I call upon his evaluator TM Priyadarshini to read out the speech objectives?
Good afternoon to all my friends. Toastmaster Hemant is presenting from Presentation Mastery Level 2 Effective Body Language. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication while delivering a speech. Time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
Toastmaster Hemant, inside out, Toastmaster Hemant.
Have you ever wondered what it is inside our thoughts and what we present outside? Today, I am going to present what is going inside us when we are here and while we are presenting our ideas. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters and dear friends. I am going to tell a story of a caterpillar to a butterfly and thereafter. So, there are 3 stages in the life of caterpillar, as well as there are 3 stages in the life of Toastmasters. The first stage is the birth. You all guys know the birth of caterpillar happens with a silver egg. From this silver egg, an ugly creature came, and that insect, after coming to life, what he did? He eats that egg from which he came. Similarly, Toastmasters also, they have this thing. By enrolling themselves, they are Toastmasters. Because of that enrollment, we became Toastmaster. After enrollment, this caterpillar, there is one company named after caterpillar, and it's $144 billion company. It's a huge amount. And our Toastmaster is also like that. Our Toastmaster Anandan has said about it. So, why a company is named after a caterpillar? It was happened in 1904 when there was a dire need for a tractor that can move in any terrain. And at that time, the tires were single-handed. And this person, Holt, has thought of why not join the planks with a chain and build a tire. He arranged 3 to 4 tires and made a plank, and this was able to move through all the terrains. When a person sees this vehicle, he sees that this vehicle can go anywhere, and it's crawling actually. And this crawling gave the name caterpillar to this vehicle. And finally, this caterpillar became. I know. Someone will come to me and finally ask me, why this company has got name of cat? And I know Toastmaster Rajesh is not even thinking about this story. He is just looking into his mobile, and finally he doesn't even care. And the timer, what you are doing here? You are just showing me red card without even starting my speech. Oh, you are just arranging the cards. Okay, I can feel it. Leave it. The next stage is developing a stage. in developing stage, what a caterpillar does, he eats all the leaves, most of the leaves. The good thing is he is vegetarian. And Toastmaster also, what we do, we come here and practice a lot, as much as possible. And after some time, this caterpillar grows 100 times. And how much he eats? He eats 200 times of his own weight. And this is similar to the experience we got after practicing in Toastmasters. After becoming this size, what he does, he leaves his shell or his skin, and within his skin, he comes inside of it, and this skin provides him protection as well as comfort. And inside this skin, there was a larva. Pupa actually develops, and this pupa leaks some enzymes, and those enzymes actually resolves all the digestive system, all his legs, most of his organs, and leaving behind only few important key organs, that is respiratory canal and his mind. And after this huge process, this pupa came out of the shell as a butterfly. Similarly, in Toastmasters, our mentors provide us an enclosure, which is just as a state where from their mentoring, we develop ourselves and remove all the things which are bad in us, where we lack, and all our bad things. This helps us to become a butterfly and fly away. Then, now, timer, when you will show me a green card? Why you are just sleeping, man? I just want green card. For that time I marry a US girl. And I won't even mind having 10 kids. It's fine for me. Now, see, there are chances when we have nothing in our mind. Then what to do? The best thing is troll the tag role players. For that, now I am doing loquacious. Clap, bros. The next is this Grammarian. I don't know what he is writing. I believe he is writing a novel on my 2-page script. And that R counter, where he is? Okay. Don't see me like this. Thank you. Coming to the third stage. The third stage is development stage. Now you showed me yellow card. The development stage is where this caterpillar has become the butterfly by his red bull, which is just green leaves. And in development stage, this butterfly has 3 to 4 days for him to live. And what he does, he spreads his offsprings in form of egg so that next generation can live on. Similarly, Toastmasters also do this by passing their education to other generations so that they can improve in their life. In last, I would like to say, Toastmaster Priyadarshini is an excellent husband. Today she is my evaluator also. And you know what's the difference between her and other evaluators is she gives few suggestions, which is comfortable to a Toastmaster who is giving a speech. Coming to the last thing, because timer has given me less time. Maybe you can see the tractor. This is the whole tractor where these tires are this, like a chain. And this is finally life of caterpillar. Thank you all for your work.
Audio time is included.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yemen, for the music-laden speech. All the speeches were. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Well, all the speeches were up to the point, in time, and not loquacious at all. Can I now ask the timer to give a report and name the list of qualified speakers, please.
All the three speakers are qualified.
Okay, all the three speakers are qualified. Elections to 224 is next year where we're all going to vote. But for now, please vote for the best speaker. Are we going to have it manually or is it going to be more technology driven?
It is technology driven.
It's technology driven.
Yes. You can collect
Well, as we move on, happiness just lies in small things. There's once a simpleton. He was lying under the tree, watching the blue sky in a green lawn. Just then a businessman happened to pass by, and he ridiculed him for his laziness, for his indolence. He asked him, why are you so lazy? The simpleton looked up to him and said, what's your problem? The businessman said, look at me, I have made it so big. I was a small person, I had a small shop, but I slogged my backside off. I expanded my business, expanded my factories, I scaled it up, and then I brought it at a particular level. The simpleton asked the business, why are you doing all this? He said, let me tell you my story. My whole purpose was I wanted to expand my factories. I got married, I had a son. My son will take care of the business, and once my son takes care of the business, I will be over here, I will have a farmhouse, and I will sleep in the lawn under the tree watching the blue sky, and that will give me happiness. The simpleton looked up to him and said, why? You don't have to do all that things to be happy. At times, happiness is just about lazing around. I'm just being happy just by being myself. You don't have to do a lot of things. Isn't it true for all? Happiness just lies in being the way you are and enjoying. You don't need to have money in the crores of money in the bank account or have your Mercedes Benz to be happy. At times, even small things can give you happiness. Toastmaster Sintana rising up each time with the Grammarian, with the word of the day gave us enormous fun. But what is going to give you more fun and exhilarating is our next segment, which is the table topic segment. Our next role player is very social. He loves to reinvent his career every now and then, wants a bit of everything, just as they say in mini tiffin, and very passionate about India. His happiest moment was when his daughter quit his well-paying job in finance and then followed her calling to get a job in abroad despite the odds staying heavily against her. Please put your hand together to welcome the table topic master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, who will carry out the table topic session. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam.
So, good afternoon, ladies, Toastmasters, guests, and others. So, it's my pleasure to be the TT Master today. It's always a pleasure to stand before you, particularly on a topic I relish the most. So, the purpose of table talk discussion is to bring out the spontaneity in us. All of us have that spontaneity hidden within us. That's waiting to be unleashed. And you need an occasion, right? What better occasion than you have a Toastmaster do this? So it will be fun to get that out, get that adrenaline out, and let the cock fly and have a real toast. So, with that introduction, I have chosen topics widely to reflect the different backgrounds of the people. The first person I'd like to invite is TM Mr. Saravanan. Is he here? Sundaram needs no introduction. If love is blind, why do many people like to marry beautiful people?
Thank you, sir.
Repeat. If love is blind, why do many people like to marry beautiful people?
It was year 2015, so that is the time we decided to get ourselves got married. So immediately his horoscope and all, resume, everything got uploaded in bharatmatrimony.com, irmatrimony.com, tamilmatrimony.com. But so the moment you started getting inquiries, he started appraising each of the profiles, and then he started discarding. And later my wife also joined, and this evaluation process was going on and going on, and finally it became a hobby for both of them. And I had to shout at them, right? What are you guys doing? Right? So you want to get married? and definitely love is not blind for them, right? Whereas while this proposition was going on, my second son came and told us, "Amma, I want to say something." Okay, we know what you want to say, right? Yes, he was in love with another girl, and that too from a different community, right? Who was speaking Marathi, and finally our second son got married. So for him, what is that? Love, that emotion, the different kind of hormone was working, whereas our first son, logic was working. Right? Even in Toastmasters, we used to say, when you want to persuade the audience, you have to use logic and you have to use emotions. Why? Why not logic alone? Because some of them are emotional. Why not emotion alone? Because some of them are logical people. And definitely, these logic and emotion keeps on working every second. It is totally dynamic. So, as the topic says, right, love at first sight is a myth. For some of them it will be working, for some of them it will not be working. It is very difficult to generalize because all generalization are lies, including this. Over to you.
By now, you all wonder whether I created a topic, I created a topic. Thank you, Dr. Saravanan. So, on that beautiful note, let's connect to the next thing. What he made was, he made a lot of wisdom with fun. But you know, very often wisdom happens after marriage, right? So, the next question is, if love is the dawn of marriage, is marriage the sunset of love? If love is the dawn of marriage, is marriage the sunset of love? I'd like to invite Ms. Presiding Toastmaster for that.
Sorry, I didn't listen. Can you please repeat?
If love is the dawn of marriage, is marriage the sunset of love?
Thanks for the topic and good evening everyone. I'll say both the sunset and the sunrise is love, and love and marriage are interconnected. There is nothing that is distinguished between both. Many of us have been blessed with those, both sunsets and sunrises in our life. It's just the same. Every day we get both, coming up and down. So don't be in a day that the marriage is end of the love and nothing is happening as that was happening before my marriage. No, the sunrise is coming the next very day. And when you were in love, don't be in an imagination that it's going to be happy forever, nothing is going to be wrong in my life, and marriage life is going to be enormously beautiful. There will be sunsets also. So be prepared for everything in your life and enjoy every moment. Thank you so much for that.
A wise bit from young shoulders, right? So life always offers surprises to us. I break this one. Thank you. So that brings us to Mr. Keithan next. Keithan, I can resist anything but temptation. I can resist anything but temptation. Right? So with that, all the best.
Good evening, everyone. In my life, I can resist many things, but temptations, it's something that pulls you back. For example, it could be food. Obviously, everybody gets tempted by
Would you like me to change the topic?
You want to tempted to be a TT master?
Join Toastmaster out of temptation.
I would say.
take a change.
So I think, what's your most important festival? I love. What's your most important festival? I love to celebrate all the time.
The most important festival I love to celebrate is Christmas. majoring, I think I celebrate Christmas not for a religious thing. It's more about family get together. We go to our native place and we meet up with our family members as a whole. This is the time when we meet up once in a year. So that's something which is more, it has more of an emotional thing too. I mean, meeting them after a long time, and it's also a time where I meet them, like talk to them.
So, on that emotional note, let me invite Mr. Darren next. Mr. Darren, what about your first meeting with your sweetheart or a romantic person?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, Yami is my wife, and we were friends for almost 10 years. The first moment when I saw her, it was totally a beautiful evening, and I never ever thought that we would get married. I never had an idea. But then somehow, slowly the relationship got extended, mutual friendshipness and mutual ideas, and that's how we got into our marriage life. However, but one thing I always remember, the moment I told her that I'm ready for the marriage, let's get married. But then I told her this marriage is not going to be the regular marriage. The life is going to be regular life because I'm going to follow my dream, and which never existed before, which is we want to bring India top 3 in Olympics. And next 20 years, we are going to struggle. You are in the comfortable zone. You may not get the basic things also. If you are interested, let's sign up. Otherwise, you sign out. And she immediately said, Darren, nobody ever spoke to me like this. This 2 minutes is the most inspiring thing for me. And that's why I love you. That's why I want to travel with you, along with the vision, along with the dream, along with the journey. And that is the moment, that is the most remarkable, memorable moment in my life so far with my love.
A brilliant elevator pitch to a wife. In 2 minutes you could convince her. Excellent. Next, that brings us to the next person, Mr. Bharat. Right? Whenever I find the key to success, somebody changes the lock. Whenever I find the key to success, somebody changes the lock.
Thank you. So I had a wonderful career. So after completing my college, then I gave my interviews. There were a lot of campus interviews happening. So I attended many campus interviews. And so what happened is there were companies coming in and going out. Then I had to attend each one till I get a job. So it is the norm, like till you get a job, you can attend as many as companies are coming in. So the first company came in and I gave my interview. I was so happy. I answered all the questions. I came out and I said to my friends that I'm going to make it. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to get through this company. And said, it happened so quick, like end of the day, the results gets announced. And I was so surprised my name was not there in the top 5. And it was there in the top 10, but then they selected the top 5. So again, someone has changed the key for this. And I was out, I was beyond the top 5. So then it happened, the next company came in. And again, I did well. I thought I did well. And I came out and I spread the questions to my friends and said, this is what I've answered and all. And again, the same thing happened. I did well. I was in the top 10 in the second round, but in the final round I was in the top 5. I was not in the top 5. Again, someone has changed it. The key to my success has changed. This kept on repeating, and almost all the companies came and went. I was still left unemployed. But then I had to try on my own, and then I ended up a company on my own. So I felt like, but then what happened is at the last, I felt like I didn't do well, but then I got the company. So thank you.
So there's a very candid and humorous way of putting things across. I'm sure he's much more talented than what he tries to present himself as. On that humble note, let me take the opportunity to invite the well-known person, Mr. Saravanan, next. And the best question for him, having heard him, who is your role model in life? Who you want to emulate? Who is your role model in life? We always find you speaking with a lot of things in your mind. So, who is your role model?
Actually, you already told this one. One meeting which was held in IIT campus, that time the same thing was asked to me. Actually, I was working in Jammu Kashmir, Jammu Tawi. That lab is a regional research laboratory in Jammu. There one director was there. His name was Dr. TM Kalyani. He is a Muslim person. He was a dynamic leader. Dynamic leader means he has come from the lower post, from technical assistant, then scientist, then he was the director. He has organized such a way that all the employees, they will work on their full capacity. He has find out each and every people what is their capability. Accordingly, he has utilized even those who are not interested in the work. He asked all those scientists, what do you want to do? Whether if I provide this facility, will you do like that? He has asked them, then he has brought the project from outside, then he has utilized all the things, then our laboratory has come to the first position in that particular period, and I knew about this was in 2005 something. After that, after his retirement, he was the vice chancellor in some Muslim university, Uttar Pradesh. Always he admires me as a role model in my life. His name is Dr. TM Kalyani.
We could see the emotion when he spoke. His eyes spoke faster than his words. We could see that. Thank you for giving us that. So that brings us to the new pupil for join us, guest Ranjit Kumar. Yes. So you're fresh from the college. So you said you have done technology. Followed by street.
Mechanical engineering.
Yeah, I understand. You then you did some work, then came back to management. Yes. So having gone this distance, can you briefly describe what was so special about your first day in college? Having traveled this distance. First day in the college.
Sure. I like to describe my undergraduate college, my first day experience. I did my all schooling life, like from 7th to 12th, being an hosteler, being away from home, those nostalgic days. You'll be being away from parents, that emotional attachment varies, being a day scholar. So that was in Krishnagiri district, Uttangari area. My first day in undergraduate, it was my first time in Chennai. Joined the College of Engineering in Anna University. So the first day in college, attending, it was a very different day that I felt there will be some inferiority complex, like those people who are with us or far better than us in terms of knowledge, in terms of communication. So that was a kind of experience in my first day where I felt inferiority some complex. Then over a period of time, I was doing well in the part. So first day, I was able to meet some more friends and setting up gang. That was being able to sit with them and having some couple of friends.
So the accent to the education is not that easy as we believe, as his candidate showed. Thank you. So we have the occasion to bring the last speaker of the day, last but not the least, as we say. It's Bhumika, the new guest, right? Where is Bhumika? The new guest, right? Please come. Just trying to play fun with you. What's your most favorite lie you tell? What's your most favorite lie, untruth, you say yourself?
Favorite lie, that's the topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite truth, untruth, lie, which you also say to yourself, you know, I don't know.
Okay. Hello all, very good evening. So yeah, what's my favorite lie which I tell to myself? I think the way I look at myself is, while my background lies with a lot of education and working and all of that, I still see myself as a sports person, and I have been an avid badminton player. Whereas, the way I think of it is that, wow, I should have been a good badminton player. That's something that I always tell myself, but then feel that, yeah, that's the biggest lie of my life. So definitely that's something that comes to my mind as the very first time. And, as they say that sports teaches you a lot, I think badminton has actually taught me a lot. Really working it and, really playing it with people of, especially equal strength. I think that gives me a lot of strength myself to kind of get into it in a much better manner. So that's something that I always have a grudge. And while, I might have done a lot of education and work and all that, life is still there. But behind my back, I still feel that, badminton is something that I could have definitely picked up. So yeah, that's one lie that I really feel bad about.
So it's an oxymoron. I asked her to talk with a lie, she spoke the truth. Yes. So that's an oxymoron. Thank you, Bhumika, for that. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for evoking memories of love, evoking memories of first lover and sports and a lot of other things. Can we hear it for Toastmaster Bala, please? How many of you feel at times you have got stuck in a rut and haven't moved forward? Anybody who feels that way? Some people at some point of time, I too felt at some point of time. Some friend gave me a very good advice around 10 years back. He said, whenever you feel that way, you got to stuff, take a home loan. If you don't love yourself, take a home loan. Take another home loan, you'll start loving your boss. Get married, you'll love the whole company. I think that is the point. Somebody might ask you, be grateful for things which you have. Or somebody might ask you, what are the things which you need to be grateful for, right? Here you're standing now, you're breathing. I think that is the single most factor to be grateful. The fact that you're breathing, the fact that you have food to eat, the fact that you have a shelter on your top. You need to consider yourself among the top 10% in this world. There are enough reasons to be grateful. The fact that you're part of Medley Toastmasters Club. Had Medley been in Tambra, how many of you would have come? Not many would have come. So I think enough reasons to be grateful. That rule number 5 for happiness out there. But as we move on, we do a lot of recapitulation. My partner in crime. I let the call about Toastmaster TM Thomas. Before I do that, well, what's a Toastmaster meeting without any lapses? Can I request all you to vote for the best table topic speaker in the country? Eligible TD speaker, sorry.
Yeah, let me read out the qualified speakers. TM Sundaraman, TM Priya, TM Dharan, TM Bharat, TM Shanmugavil, Gus Ranjit Kumar, Gus Bhumika.
Thank you. Can I request you take 10 seconds and vote for the best PT speaker? before it, can I call upon General Evaluator Thomas for the second phase and for the final finale? Over to you, TM Thomas.
Thank you very much. So we have reached Bangalore. You didn't even realize it. You're only 5 minutes late. We will make up for you. So for which my contribution, no introduction, second introduction, straight away I'm getting into the evaluations. So for the first evaluation, we had the speech by Toastmaster Kalyani. You will be evaluated by Toastmaster Vijayarajan. Now, allow me to say this. He is, by his own definition, a serial entrepreneur. But by observation, based on the old days we have spent together, he is a compulsive contrary. He has entertained us with different ways of looking at things. I remember your speeches, and on a more serious note, and given by the author himself, he is currently into the IT area. He is associate vice president of a company based in Ireland. This is the time you should be there to cheer Bumrah on his comeback, like Toastmaster Darren on his comeback after his injury. And his happiest moment is when his business idea called Indrans, you can say that, we will not time you for that, .in, was declared one of the most powerful ideas by Economic Times in the year 2010. Contrarian Win, right? And sure enough, Win is cued from his own statement. Any success gives him euphoria of happiness. Over to you for your evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests once again. Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Kalyani, has delivered a speech from a project of speaking with a purpose. The objective of this project is to craft a speech in such a way that it leads to a specific objective or a specific purpose. If you ask me whether the purpose is achieved, yes, all the roads have taken to the same place. So, as far as the scripting is concerned, each and every content which you have written has given a specific purpose, that is embracing unity. What I liked in your speech is relevance to the relevance, that is after independence you are giving a speech. I think you are the next President of India. Even the President of India has not given chosen such a wonderful content, embracing unity after independence, so it is relevant indeed. Second one is, it had all the elements of a good speech, I should say, anecdotes, above all, as Toastmaster Sundaraman sir said, logic. A speech should have something known as logic. The logic was fine, each and every, from the beginning till the last, the logic was good. And the opening, almost all the creative minds, I don't know why they start with a raining day. If you take Tamil movies, almost thousands of movies starts with the rain. When I was thinking, sitting there, the rain has some connectivity with some applause. You know, the sound of the rain, the thunder, everything, it starts with an applause, and that feel is always good. So opening was good. And as far as recommendations are concerned, I would like to give two recommendations, one on scripting and another one on delivery. As far as scripting is concerned, as I told you, logic was really good from the beginning till the end. Took to the same specific objective, and the general purpose was inspiring. Since it is an inspiring speech, what I felt is you could have had some emotional element into the speech, something that connects with the audience, something emotionally touching story would have made the scripting still more better. As far as delivery is concerned, sometimes we search for the same word. We write a content, we write a script, and we search for the same word. And I think we are putting pressure on ourselves. Imagine searching for the 310th word which you have written in the script. Sometimes that makes us uncomfortable on stage. So better to put it in the form of bullets. Write the script, and after that create some bullet points and memorize that bullet points. And from that bullet, I think you can deliver a speech that will make you more comfortable on stage. Overall, I felt your speech was a message, wonderful message, that if I have to go a long way, we need a unity, and also your speech had a wonderful solution. It needs a lot of patience and humility. Overall, I like your speech. Over to you, General.
Thank you very much. On to the next second evaluator. The second evaluator is Toastmaster Dr. Anuradha, who is going to evaluate the second speech by Toastmaster Rajesh. A word about her, if I may. By her own description, a person who wants to be happy and maintain positivity all around her. 100% accepted. She feels happy and grateful for most of the things happening in her life. That explains her smile, including for her contributions in Medley. So we are the beneficiaries. And as for her happiness, it comes from an attitude of altruism, which is inherited from her parents. And she has demonstrated it often. You remember the secretary stepped in Toastmaster Anuradha. Speakers step into the stage, steps up Dr. Anuradha, and kuchak! You know, this is a contribution to our meetings, the visible ones. So over to you for your evaluation.
Good evening once again. My target speaker, Toastmaster Rajesh, he has delivered the speech in Leadership Development Pathway, Evaluation and Feedback, Speech 2. Let us give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Rajesh for completing his level 1 in his pathway. Congratulations. And it's my pleasure to evaluate Toastmaster Rajesh on stage because I know him for past 1 year. After everything, every speech or every role, he used to ask me, how was my performance on the stage? What should I improve? Thinking that I am a senior Toastmaster, but I am equal to him. I am also very new, past 1 year I am in Toastmaster, but he used to ask me, what is the positive thing, what I should improve off the stage. Today I am very glad to be on stage to evaluate him. So here, the opening was very good. I liked his opening. He created curiosity by reading out the list of provisions. I was thinking what he is going to tell. So he created curiosity among the audience. And content, it was very reliable because it's his own personal story. I have watched him, I have listened to him from the beginning, starting from the samosa story from the train, till now he used to tell his own personal story. And regarding body language, he had good eye contact, body posture and hand gesture. And he showed emotions when he shared about his friends. Sometimes he showed very happiness when he shared the happy feelings, and he was little sad when he shared the sad moments. And vocal variety. He used right volume with voice modulation in a good pace and pauses. And attributes, his entry and exit was very casual and spontaneous, was not that much tense. And property, usually we'll bring our own property. He used himself as a property, so that is a very nice thing. And when he told about the sharing of toothpaste and hair oil, I remember my hostel life. When we don't have anything, immediately we will go and take from our friends without asking them. That is the sharing and caring of friends. So I like that. And I admired his usage of phrases like no pain, no gain, life is a good teacher, friendship is a best relation, sharing is caring. I can understand everything is from his inside. He didn't write as a script. It is from his mind. And in his first speech, since it's a speech that is feedback and evaluation, his first speech was 9 nights and 10 days. And while listening that, I felt it is like a Olichittiram. He narrated very well. And his evaluator, Toastmaster Priya, she told to improve his vocal variety and deliver more dialogue, which he implemented in this speech. So I tell that that he has met his objective in his speech. To sum up, Toastmaster Rajesh have gave an excellent speech with his personal story, with a subtle humor, and in a relaxed pace with adequate pause. And few recommendations I want to tell, that is, I want him to give a good opening and a strong ending and proper usage of stages. He restricted himself in, near the camera. And I felt the title, instead of no mud and no water, I felt it is no water and no lotus. Sorry, no mud, no lotus is his title. I felt it could be better if it is no water, no lotus, because scientifically lotus will not survive without water, but doesn't need mud. Thank you. Over to you.
Over to you, Dr. Anuradha. The last of the evaluations will come from Toastmaster Priya. Her happiest moment, the day she realized not to wait for others to celebrate you, start celebrating yourself. That's what she's doing. What makes her happy? Happy faces of children. Understandable. Her own self-description, she's an NGO officer on a man-making, nation-building mission. My description? The Medleyan who delivered the best prepared speech ever in district stage. Her story of the peacock dance. Please, we can blush or smile, the choice is yours. A presentation so full of aesthetics. Remember, like India's own national bird. Over to you.
Charlie Chaplin has been my best communicator. Why? He's been saying so much, or he's said so much without saying a single word. And here I'm standing before you all to evaluate on effective body language. Good afternoon to all my fellow Toastmasters and Hemant. What I liked about his speech, life cycle of caterpillar, and then connecting it to Toastmasters. The birth, growth, and the development stage. Here you enroll, your mentor, and how you pass on this knowledge. The unintentional body language looked very natural, and even when he tried to pull our timer, it had a very friendly sense there. Now coming to the suggestion or the feedback. I'm going to prove Hemant wrong today. He said I'm the one who gives very few suggestions. I have something more to add. Friends, effective communication is 20% of what you know and 80% of how you feel about what you know. The right expression, emotion, and position is the right way to convey the message. My question here is, did this story support effective body language? If you really want to portray what's inside you to the outside world, volume, pitch, little bit of drama really helps. It started with inside out, then came caterpillar, then came the picture here. I felt, where was it connecting? How was it interlinked? It would have been better if Hemant would have talked about his struggle as a caterpillar and talked about the freedom that he celebrated after flying out as a butterfly. There I said, yes, now I see the connect. Toastmaster says the best way to present your speech, especially in this project, is practice, practice, and practice. Go to your mentor, stand before your friend, stand in front of the mirror, check for yourself if everything is correct. This is the guideline given to this project. Overall, I have seen him grow in this stage from caterpillar. He's shining very brightly as he's coming on and on to higher stages. But still, always make sure your stories and your content supports or meets the objective. Friends, be it ha 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 or wah wah wah. The best tool to bring what is inside to this outside world, the best tool is only body language. Let's make the right use of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Priya. Thank you very much, the Evaluators team, for the valuable, useful, practical, applicable suggestions from you all. We now move on to the tag report, starting with the timer. May I please call you over? Thank you. As you walk along, may we also suggest that you, with your prompting, please go into evaluating the evaluators. Rather, vote for your best evaluator for the day.
I will read out the qualified evaluators: Toastmaster Vijayarajan and Toastmaster Priyadarshini. So let me read out the complete report now. Toastmaster Kalyani took 5 minutes 24 seconds. Toastmaster Rajesh Sahu, he took 7 minutes and 28 great seconds. Hemant, I didn't count the audio, so you took 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Sundararaman took 1 minute 54 seconds. Toastmaster Priya took 1 minute. Toastmaster Kirtan took 50 seconds. Toastmaster Dharan 1 minute 52 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavil 1 minute 43 seconds. Guest Ranjit Kumar 1 minute 37 seconds. Guest Bhuvika 1 minute and 23 seconds. Moving to evaluators, Toastmaster Vijayarajan took 3 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Anuradha took 4 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Priyadarshini took 3 minutes 17 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the precision. On to the counter, Toastmaster Chandra.
Good afternoon again. The word, fuller word is used by Mr. Vijayarajan, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, Toastmaster Rajesh, and Toastmaster Sanmuhave, and guest Ranjit Kumar and guest Bhumika. The fuller word is used by Toastmaster Rajesh once, and the guest Ranjit Kumar once. Hemant, Toastmaster Hemant used the word so once, and Anuradha used the word and once. And I could see some repetition of the words from Dharan, Venkataseshan, and then the Kalyani, Toastmaster Kalyani, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, and Toastmaster Rajesh, and Toastmaster Anuradha. Only once. And I could see some passes from 3 of the Toastmasters. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On to the Grammarian.
Let me start with the word of the day, loquacious. Toastmaster of the day, Ananthan, used the word loquacious twice. Toastmaster Hemant used the word loquacious. Yes, so these two Toastmasters use the word of the day. And yes, as follows the words. Toastmaster Ananthan again has used endurance. And one of my favorite sentences in his speech was, compare something worse to make yourself feel better. That is my favorite sentence that you said. Next, let's move on to Toastmaster Kalyani, embracing unity. She has wonderfully stated Abraham Lincoln and also one of her famous quote: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I absolutely agree with it. Let's move on to Toastmaster Rajesh. In his speech, I have noted down like 4 of the best quotes you said. You have said, "Be united against all odds. Friendship is the best. Friendship is the best relationship. no pain, no gain, and finally, never leave who had helped you during difficult times. Let's move on to the table topics. Toastmaster Subramaniam, I used many of the words that I myself has never used in my own speech. Some of them were spontaneity, candid, elevated pitch, etc. And one of your sentence was the eyes spoke faster than the words. Toastmaster Sundar Raman, one of his statements was love at first sight is a myth. Toastmaster Toastmaster Priyadarshini has used the word enormously. Toastmaster Keithan used the word temptation. Guest Ranjit Kumar has used inferiority complex, and guest Bhumika has used the word avid. Moving on to the DTM, he has used the word euphoria and compulsive contrary. That's my report for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That gives me an opportunity to have my own say on the matter. First of all, working backwards, the tag was a relatively new team. I think they did a good job, and I also appreciate the grammarian going beyond word counting, like the R counter, going to the flavor of the language. That is the expectation from grammarian. Compliments particularly for that. Going back into the beginning and before the beginning, a meeting begins. Sorry?
Tag voting.
Tag voting. Thank you very much. Thank you for this timely promptings. I appreciate that. Kindly do that. I think all of you are good in multitasking, right? So I'll continue. So like I said, a meeting begins much before the meeting. The planning. Also, I'm so glad you're back using this dynamic booking system of roles. So it's very dynamic. And I think it's making tasks easier for the VPE, compliments. And that group that you've created, WhatsApp group, again it's a comeback. That is, I think working well. As a member these days, I can see it. You get the introductions without much fuss. You get the manuals without much fuss. These are the backstage boys and girls. You should be invisible. You're doing it. That's happening very well. And overall, let me say that I'm very happy to find the preparatory time much in advance compared to the recent terms. We used to try and do this. So compliments to both the VPE and the president who is hiding. Yeah, both of you, compliments to you, seriously. Then, yeah, I was worried. I didn't want to start on a negative note, but just in time, the crew set things up, and when it was 2:55, we took off. That was good. Then, going into, by the way, this I again commend DTM Sundaraman for prompting us to use this. This is enough of a note, good prompting for a GE. Using that, I must say that Southern Thomas, he returned, like I said, he set up the projector. His introduction, though short, created a laugh in line with the theme of the meeting. Then, yes, except that, not his fault, including mine and the camera phone, 2 phones made noises, despite his command. Not his fault. Yes, we also advertised Epson for free throughout. Compliments to you. Is it there? No, it's gone. Okay. Then, the presiding officer, he was graceful as ever. Only suggestion I have was, you could probably add the background of the TMoD, that he is the Toastmaster of some standing. Humor is immediate. It will be nice in terms of introducing a fairly new member. That's what I want to say. Of course, he brought in all his Mumbaikar styles, and you'll know that he has a past. Not in any other way. Then, the Toastmaster of the day, apt one for the apt topic. started with Rupa, Rupa, and created the rubum of our mood for the whole day. Very well done. And what I liked also was that he had an apt comment between in transitions. The Toastmaster of the day needn't have, all the time talking about the theme. That little thing will do of a quicksilver mind. It comes from that. I full compliments to you, sir. Then, one thought I had, purely my thought. There was some duplication between the president's role of talking about Toastmasters and pathways. Might not be required because you could take that time also, or say that time, one of the two. Minor point. As for myself, I'm subject to corrections, I'm saying this to you. I take most of them, except that I made that noise with my phone. I didn't make the noise, the phone made a noise. And then, grammarian, one thought was maybe more, is it visible? I was not very sure. Yeah, a little more stronger, for poor eyesight, would have been a better thing. Also, I have a view. Negative words are rarely used because we don't want to. So, positive words will find better usage for a grammarian. Just that thought. And also, this particular word, I don't dare pronounce it because the spelling goes in one direction, the pronunciation goes in the other direction. So, it was a little difficult. Only veterans like him could use it. Just one minute. Then, topic master of the day. Yes, you started on an epic, as it were. Connected together, it was a story of the life itself, starting with love, of course, right? And it was very nice that when one Toastmaster got stuck, you gave him an escape route. That was nice. Then it is also a thought that I have. In fact, the person who gave me the thought is here, TM VNS. Idea is to give the topic that everybody think, my God, will I be called? So 40 heads will start working, and you call one person. So just a thought as a variation. Of course, in contest this doesn't happen, but here it may be a good idea to practice if you find any value in that. Then, grammarian I mentioned. Overall, I found a few overall commonalities with the speeches. If you notice, all of them were prepared in various degrees. I wouldn't say all were prepared. That's one handicap. We could do better there. But there was subtle humor. All had trying subtle humor. I love it. I love it because these are caterpillars now in the formation. They will all become butterflies. Imagine the flutter and the laughter that we could have. So that's one thing I look forward to. And today we have a speech presentation. I'm sure it will help. Then, as for the evaluators, one small little thought, technical. It's better that all of us come here and speak because this is the only record we have. Then, as for the evaluators, practically all refer to the manual. Manual is the Bible. That is a fulcrum. That's everything revolves around that. I'm also glad, ma'am, that you talked about the previous comments and then gave it the context when you talked about the speech. Compliments. Then overall, I could see acute observation. Acute observation. Each of them, if you see. Empathy, given their standing, I'm sure all of them did that. And I'm glad that this is something we're getting weaned out of. Nobody summarized the speeches. We used to have the disease. It's over now. Then, own stories may not be required here. My personal thought. What do you say, doctor? Own stories, my observation. It's the whole thing is for that person's speech. Am I right? Thank you. So, as for.
In fact, I will just add the World Championship, many of them revolve around their own story or anecdote. That has created this. I have got more explanation of it, but there's no time.
Sure. Don't penalize me. Thank you. Right. As for the compliments, I must compliment that overall there was no transgression, in role plays. That's why we have been going on time. Secondly, a minor point. It's an engineering of your agenda. 4 minutes becomes a bit of a strain for evaluations. 5 minutes will give you some buffer. That's why we're running a little late, but I know that there's an evaluation. 3 speeches plus. I understand that. One more thought. A few cases we miss giving the handshake. It's always graceful to do it in that form, so that we look like one team. And that's all I have to say. I don't think I've added to the delay. Thank you very much. Of course, I enjoyed taking on this role after a long, long time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thomas Abraham, did you enjoy the meeting?
Yes.
Did it give you happiness?
Yes.
The best is for the last. Hold on. As they say in the picture, Baki hai, there is still one more. Coming next on stage is somebody who I believe is the king, the linchpin, the guru of humor. He's a runner-up in the humorous speech contest at the district level, has been a finalist, has been a second runner-up as well. Please put your hands together, welcome the unlimited king of humor in Medley, the TM Guru, to unreveal the secret of how to make them laugh. The TM Guru, over to you.
Set up from business session, so I did not prepare the screen.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? Yeah, I am also doing fine. I am very happy, glad, and peaceful because I did not have to worry about Rupa. I neither loved her nor got married to her. And third, most importantly, even if I had done this, I never made it known to Anantan. So I am peaceful and happy. Well, thanks for those three people who laughed. They have personal respect and affection towards me. Thank you very much for laughing. And my sincere thanks to Medley for recognizing me as a potential educational session presenter. The rest to be discussed at the end of the meeting, and having invited me to this session. Second personal thanks is for having set up this at the end of the meeting, because I need not have to remember this, whatever word it is, and force it into my speech and get some thumbs up. Thanks, today there are no rules for standing up and clapping, at least some claps. No, I am free. However, I am not going to do a loquacious performance today. It will be a meaningful performance to all of you.
It will be eloquent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Positive word.
Thank you very much. Well, you know why this session is being conducted. You had the agenda, you had a lot of flyers coming up and coming out. I start with one question. How many of you sitting here are planning to contest in the humor speech contest happening this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, myself 7. Thank you very much. If you have personal work, you may leave the hall now. This session is for those others who are going to sit and watch so that they are ready to laugh when we are all going to perform. That's the whole purpose of this. And welcome to the session on getting them laugh. I don't know, I did not select a title. VP called me and said, this is your title. I am the vice president. I make the rules. I will change the rules whenever I want. Ye mera hukum hai. I said, okay, madam. I accepted this title. I tried to give something relevant on this title to you so that you be prepared, either as the performers or as the audience or as the absentees for the forthcoming humor speech contest. It's a good question. Actually, you should be asking this question. I am so humble that I am asking myself, why me? This whole session is going to be a self-bragging section about myself, That is what we do in the name of education session always. Please bear with me on this. What did I do to be invited to present this? I had a great mentor who somehow identified that I have some capabilities of making people laugh. He trained me and coached me. In 2012, I became second runner-up. Watch who is the winner. I hope most of you know him. The globe-trotting stand-up comedian Alex Babu was the winner. I came third. And due to a small gap of knowledge about not knowing how to protest, I missed the second place. Otherwise, I would have become second. Well, I am not a politician. Then in 2015, again, I was a division winner and district finalist. I hope you understood.
Yes.
And of course, most of you know, in 2023, 2 months back, I came up as a district runner-up. Do you see a format here? What made me go from one level to another level is what is on the top. If you had seen most of the world champion in public speaking, you would see how good they are on the top. So I'm going to plan my humorous speech contest with my physical presence as well. We are waiting for the execom to announce the date. I hope this makes me a bit eligible to stand here and share with you my experiences on humorous speech. The first ever question that comes to anyone's mind before even attending, may I request you to sit here and be with me. Thank you very much. First question that comes to most of you who are a bit hesitant in humorous speech contest is, can I really make someone laugh? Am I capable of doing it at all? I have one simple answer. Why do you worry? It is for those people who are sitting there to bother to laugh or not. I'll quote a simple example. I quoted this many times. Some of the old Toastmasters might know. I was preparing very vigorously for my humorous speech contest. So running around all my home, practicing body language, vocal variety, voice, pauses here and there, everything. My son was around 10, 12 years back. This happened in 2012. He became very curious about me. Appa, what happened to you? Why are you behaving like this? I have never seen you. You used to be normally lying down, either reading a book or sleeping. You are running around all the home, making our life hell. I said, you don't know, it's a finance. I'm going to deliver a humorous speech. I want to win. I want to make people laugh and win the prize. He said, Appa, don't worry. Go and stand there, everybody will laugh. It was his simple observation. I was so happy. Oh, my son is motivating me. After a couple of hours, I just recalled, what did he say? Go and stand there, people will laugh. Is he motivating me or creating sarcastic comments? So don't worry. You can make everyone laugh. It need not be your speech. Jokes apart. You are not expected to deliver a humorous speech every day to everyone and make them laugh. But when you are talking to someone, can you include some amount of humor here and there so that you become an interesting person to listen to? That is the purpose of introducing humor, or considering humor is a significant element in public speaking as decided by Toastmasters International. Well, when it comes to humorous speech contest, we want to go out and out humor and so on. But we practice ourselves how to make our audience interested. That's the purpose of bringing in humor. But I still have a question. But is it possible to teach humor at all? Can I say, take two jokes, a bit of body language, mix it together, heat it with some script, then go to the mentor, let him add his salt and pepper, then drink it, you will become a humorous speaker? No. I don't think this is a very good humorous experience for me today. You cannot teach humor. So I am not here to conduct an educational session and teach you how to become humorous speakers. Remember, laughing is the easiest thing in the world. You don't need, you have to bear with me for doing all this. Then why am I here? That's why I started saying, but this fellow did not allow me to go to the next slide. I'm not here to teach you or make you the best humorous speaker in the world. No, because it is easy to laugh. As you can see, the audio works fine, right, in the projector? Yeah. What kind of a script you can write, or body language you can apply, or voice variety, stage usage, using of jokes to make this 11-year-old boy laugh? Impossible. But still he laughed. 11-month-old boy. Apologies. 11-month-old boy to laugh. Impossible. But still he is laughing because it's human nature. To laugh is human. But to teach someone laugh is very difficult. And to sit down and watch someone teaching you how to make others laugh is worse. Forget about it. But I am here to share with you some of my experiences during my journey of attempting to give a humorous speech, where I learned certain things I was able to implement and win accolades. It's just sharing of experience, maybe it could be interactive. I've been posting some exercise and questions here and there in WhatsApp, maybe we'll also come to it. Since we are in the fag end of the session, I have complete control on my time. There is no timer to Shlamir. First question is, what is the easiest target you can use to give fun? Self. My own self. Because we always want someone else to be funny. Why do we like Vadivel? Why do we like Kauntamani Nagesh? Because they are funny. The moment they come to you and say you are funny, you become angry. So, first mantra, as much as possible. If you had seen the humorous speech contest happening in the district conference also, I think almost all the speakers made them as the fun element. Self-deprecation is the word. Is the root of your humor if you want to catch the audience. They always want to be sarcastic on you. Nobody wants themselves to be in that spot. Even if you have a story of someone else, bring it to you. Most of those 3 stories I told in those my humorous speech on judging were heard and developed. We'll come to it later. But I made myself as the element of fun there. Why me? Should it only be me? Even great people like my Talevar makes fun of themselves.
And my brother's house is there, I went there. Nearby one Rajasthani tenant, they have come there. After knowing that I have come and when I was there, he came to see me. Some Rajasthani, his name is Nandura. He is some 60 plus. He came and he said, क्या बात सब क्या हो गया यार? I said, "Major है, छोड़ो." क्या तुम क्या रिटेल लाइफ? हाँ, मजा कर रहे क्या? मैं अभी एक पिक्चर काम कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा, कौन सी पिक्चर? रोबो. अच्छा, हाँ, good. Then I told him, Ashwara heroine. Ashwara heroine, यार, कमाल कर रखी यार, fantastic. Ashwara heroine, hero को.
Look at his body language. One thing, to make fun of yourself, you need to be extraordinarily confident. You should be confident like anything. You should be a superstar yourself. Then only you will dare to make fun of yourself. Does he care that by Nandulal asking him who is the hero? No. Still we adore him, worship him. Still there is a crowd at the theatres of Jailer. He doesn't care of he becoming fun. So when you self-deprecate yourself, you are also telling the world indirectly that I am the boss. So I make fun of myself. With this in your mind, if you prefer your self-deprecation, you will feel very good. Because I had trained a couple of Toastmasters in their speeches. They used to be very hesitant. No, I will not say. I am a retired vice president, so-and-so. I am a so-and-so. I have a son. So many people. I cannot do this joke. People will think bad about me. I said, if you cannot do this joke, you will not win. Then I forced that particular person, and he came runner-up when I was a winner in the same contest. I I forced him. Then he said, Guru, what you said is correct. And I make fun of myself. It works. So remember the golden rule is you are the fun element. Second example is there are some elements. You take a normal scenario, create some curiosity, let people think it's okay, it's routine. Then suddenly make it as a ulta. So you see a photo, I am sitting like this. What's so fun? There's a chair or there's a box, I am sitting on top of it. Why am I doing this? Because when I was 1 year old, my father took me to a photo studio, took a photo like this. So I wanted to take a same photo when I was 50 years old. Unfortunately, I missed. This photo was not available. Then on my 52nd birthday, I took a photo sitting like this. People laughed at it and said, what is this? I said, I want to live my childhood once again. In one of my speeches, I did this. This again, many of my old Toastmasters friends know about this. It's about Rava Dosa. I don't know how many of you have seen my Rava Dosa speech in YouTube. I've used the same joke in 2-3 speeches because they were done at different clubs. So it goes like this. One day I decided to make Rava Dosa at home. I went to my kitchen, I prepared everything. I had all the formula. The speech will go about how to make a Rava Dosa in a very funny way. I just heated the tawa and made Rava Dosa. Suddenly in the TV, in Asianet channel, a movie called Mani Chitra Third was running. It's a Malayalam movie. How many of you have seen that movie? I don't know. It is nothing but the original of Chandramukhi. And the climax scene was running. How many of you know? It's not Rara is nothing. You see Mani Chitra Third climax where Shobana dances and she got national award for that particular scene. And she is dancing like it's a beautiful Tamil song in Malayalam movie. So I came out, I was watching her dance. Wow, what a performance. Because she'll transform into the other lady. And then the song is over, she's taken to a hall where a havan is happening, lot of fumes and smokes, they're doing so many things. I was engrossed, the movie got over. You know the Malayalam guys, they are very good in making realistic movies. You know, when the havan was happening, I could smell the smoke in my house. And then the movie got over, I was still smelling the smoke. Oh, come on, I went to my kitchen. What happened to my dosa? The dosa and the tawa had become intimate lovers. I don't know whether they are blind or not. They're intimate lovers. Dosa looked at me and said, when I said this, the particular speech, it was a milestone speech in Chennai Toastmasters Club. Next 10 to 15 seconds, I had to just keep quiet and wait. Because I had enacted an original event and converted into a dosa singing the same song back. This is called a replicate technique. Then I'll come to it. All these elements you need not force fit into your speech. We'll come to it later on how to use them. But I'm just giving you definitions of various elements. The next one is called expect or express the unexpected. There's a small story behind this photograph. So this is our nephew. It was during his marriage reception. My wife wanted, it's her nephew rather, and her brother's son. So she said, I want to take an exclusive photo with the Mapai. She said, Guru, you are not allowed. Because I took him from the hospital when he was delivered. So today he's getting married, I want an exclusive photo. And the photographer was my son. I told him, Then I did this. She never expected, she started, what is this nonsense? I want to have an exclusive photo. How come you came unexpectedly on the side? So this happens. When I was in my mid-20s, I went to a place for a function. Forget it, it's a relatives function, friends function. I was there at a function, they were moving around jolly, and there was a nice looking beautiful girl who was also participating in the function. I tried to interact with her here and there. She had many people to talk, but we could not get much time to talk to each other. And as usual at that age. Then the lunch got over, people are packing. Then the host of the function came to me and said, Guru, I need one small favor. Yes, tell me what it is. This girl, she has to catch a bus in the bus stand. I will give you my bike key. Can you drop her in the bus stand? I said, my God, I'm waiting for this. Okay, she came. She got into the bike. It was around 2.5 kilometers. But unfortunately, I had no helmet, it was windy, so we could not talk at all. I said, anyway, there's the bus stand. The bus will come late. I have time. So we went to the bus stand, I dropped her. Unfortunately, the bus was on time. It was waiting. She just was about to climb the bus, turned to me and said, thank you very much, uncle. Uncle. Shock of my life. Well, in actual, this happened only after I got married, and the girl was very small. She was around 15, 16 years old. But I just thought this scenario, slowly tweaked it, made it as a humor. So expect the unexpected. I was expecting something and finally, you can find out these kind of scenarios happening in all your life. Look for it. We'll come to it again, and the exercise part of it. Sometimes, even talking the truth, bare facts become humor. You know, said you will be saying something that really happened, or from your heart you will be speaking things. People will be laughing out loud on it. Once again, I request my Talaivar to do the same.
நீங்க வந்து எல்லா விஷயங்களுமே ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக எடுக்கிறதுக்கு அனுபவம் வந்தாரா?
இல்ல சிம்பிளிசிட்டியா சொன்னா எனக்கு வந்து தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. நான் போன BMW கார்ல இருக்கிற போலீஸ் கார்டன் வீட்டுல. ஓகே. போறதெல்லாம் 5 ஸ்டார் 7 ஸ்டார் ஹோட்டல்ல சாப்பிட போறது. சிம்பிளிசிட்டி எப்படி புரியல இருக்கு.
He's actually talking from the heart, right? But when I listened to this for the first time, I was laughing like him. So you would also see that you perform something, you talk something from your heart, you tell something that is very, very true, people will take it fine. But you cannot plan this. It's up to the people to decide. Like my son said, Appa, you won't stand there, people will laugh. This is a bad fact. So this also forms a part of your humor. You can understand. The reason I'm explaining this is you have taken a serious line in your speech. You'll be there. Throughout the humor, suddenly you take a pause and deliver something serious. People will laugh at you. This happened to me. Then I had a good old friend called Rajiv Nambiar. He's no longer in Toastmasters. He came to me and said, Talaiva, namakku humor da serious varadu vitru. He told me, you've been recognized as a humorous person. Even if you say that God is love, God is truth, people will laugh at it. Don't worry. But that adds 2-3 marks in your speech by the judges. Don't worry, let them laugh. State of the art. This is a very, 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 very powerful technique in humorous speech, but you need to be very, very, very observant and ready. I think today I had given that exercise. Something trendy, something very relevant to today, something that happened in this week or this month. People are still talking about it. You bring it. The laughter will be very, very high. For example, we all arrived to Desert Rose Hall. The hall is locked. The security is missing. But meeting time has already started. What to do? What to do? We are searching. Then somebody said, go and find Venkataseshan. He's good at opening houses. At least 3 people laughed. Because it's already 1 month old. Correct, Venkat? It's already 1 month old. The challenge in the state-of-the-art humor is, it is very, very current. The beginning I said the hukum joke. Again, 2.5 people laughed. The rest of you have not seen Jailer movie at all. This is the only challenge. How many of you listened to my humor speech, the district conference? You remember there was one moment in the end, the hall exploded. I'm not self-flattering. I had a statement like, if you are a chief judge, be sure you're going with a full suit and a full attire like this. There are 2 reasons. One, you look dignified and beautiful, and it also has another purpose. So this is a speech. So Bobby was a chief judge. Bobby is a popular Toastmaster in Chennai for those people, age-old people like me. She's a very popular Toastmaster across our district circle. She was the chief judge. So suddenly I thought, I'll just pull her in. I said, okay, if you're a chief judge, come with a blazer or full suit like this. It not only makes you look dignified and beautiful, it also blah, blah, blah. Nobody laughed today because many of you don't even know who Bobby is. The moment I uttered, there is one Satish Kumar, DTM Satish Kumar, he is Ramana of Toastmasters. He came back and said it was almost 8.5 to 9 seconds after for that joke. He had a stopwatch. He bisected my speech and said you will come either first or second immediately. He said that was 8.5 to 9 seconds laughter. Longest laughter in my entire speech was for that on the spot comedy. The same way, earlier in 2015 or 16, I don't remember, I was in an evaluation contest. The target speaker had given a speech about her school teacher, Nina, and who was about to release the exam result on the day everybody was eagerly waiting. So he gave a speech, I noted down points. I was the last speaker. There were stars like Priyadarshini and all who were contesting. I had to win over all the stars in the evaluation, at least get the third place. I got the third place. So I said, Mahesh, you could have done something. You did not maintain the suspense. You said the results were about to be announced and Nina was supposed to come. You should have maintained a suspense on Nina's arrival because everyone today is interested about what Nina is going to say. Nobody laughed now. On that day, Nina Jan was the chief judge. I am sure I got into 4th place to 3rd place because of the on-the-spot joke. But for doing this, you have to be wearing a microscope in your eyes, to be watching everything that happens, who is a prominent person, what did he do, what is he or she known for. But I am telling you, this is the edge, your winning edge will be things like this. You attack this, you get a winning, because when you go to next level, the best of the best come to the finals. So everyone is delivering their best speech. So you have to win over an edge. That winning over an edge can happen only on your on-the-spot introduction of humor. Please be observant. This is my only comment. Now, let's get ready for the contest. I'll take maximum 5 minutes, that's all. We are on target. Having decided to attempt or win, no, never attempt, win a contest, the first and foremost thing is what to write, what to speak. I'm struggling now. For this year, still date, I don't have a content. This is the biggest thing on what will make people laugh. First advice, don't think you need to write a humorous script. Write a script. Write a story, maybe some mild humor. Then using all the elements, you try pocket by pocket to analyze the speech with your mentor or others and friends. You try to introduce all these, there are so many elements, I told you only 3 or 4. You try to introduce elements here and there. Here I can do a replication comedy, here I can do a body language, here I can keep quiet and people will laugh. All those elements you try to introduce inside. So, golden rule is never try to write a humorous speech. In your lifetime you will not write, because we are not crazy monks of the world. Second, please don't attempt a stand-up comedy. My first ever Toastmaster contest was a blast. Everybody laughed all the 7 minutes. My name was not even announced other than the list of participants. Nowhere I was considered. I consulted my mentor, Saravanan. He said, yeah, you delivered jokes, we laughed at it. But that was not a speech. I had a string of jokes, some 8 or 9 jokes. For every minute, I had a joke. They were not connected, nothing. And he said, humorous speech is different. Telling joke, you tell me a joke, even though I will laugh. Yeah, what is that? So, you should have, your speech should make some sense to the audience, and it should be connected and coupled with jokes. That is the main thing. So, write a script of something you think could be hilarious. We can convert it into hilarious speech. So, I had a small idea that when I was a student, I used to be very skinny. I used to be the point of sarcasm for all my friends and teachers, everyone. Then I joined NCC. I somehow gained confidence. And then in NCC, I went for a competition, rifle competition. I won the first prize. That's the whole story. And that too, on that day, I just was cleaning my cupboard. Somehow the medal was there in the box. Then I opened the medal. My memories started flying in. I prepared the script. And I permanently thank the president of the time, Mr. Vijayarajan, for calling me at 5:59 a.m. in the morning, forcing me to sign up for the contest. I was not interested. The rest is history. So Then this was the gist. I had an experience of where people were making fun. Then I started. Don't worry about the details of this. I don't expect you to write a formula or chart like this. This is how I did. So I had various items. I divided my speech into various pockets and identified one joke here. See, the golden rule is within first 10 or 15 seconds you should blast your first joke. Then only audience will think, "Arey Baba, he is capable of making us laugh." The moment they laugh at you, you gain confidence. It's a mutual. So within 10 or 15 seconds, you test the pulse. If they don't laugh, try another within 5 or 10 seconds. The first laughter is very, very important. You miss the first laughter within 30 seconds, thank you very much, you will somehow deliver a speech and get on from the stage. Sorry to be rude. This first 30 seconds is very, very important. Inducing the laughter. So your first paragraph in your speech should be an atom bomb. Work that way. Then I identified everywhere I can use a wordplay. I will use wordplay in one as a joke, one body language, one twist, all that stuff. Then I wrote the script based on this and went to the mentor. In fact, club contest I never went to any mentor. I gave a speech. Just because other speeches were a bit inferior than mine, I became first. Then I went to my mentor. I have become first. What should I do now? Then he said, next area level contest, yes, similar winners will come there. You have to. I changed the entire opening because at the time Sundaraman said your opening was very mokai. Others were more mokai, you won. So I had to change my entire opening and increase certain nuances here and there. Then, of course, a God-given mentor arrived somewhere. And of course, none of you know other than TM Sundaraman here. He's called TM Srinivasan. He volunteered, of course, you know.
Very close friend of
He volunteered to mentor me and he said, I see some potential of winning in your speech. Let us crack it. Me and Alex used to visit him at Besantnagar Beach at 11 o'clock in the night because that was the only time he would train us. Then after 12:30 the training would go, then we come home. Then after that, somebody said, I think Priyadarshini said on the evaluation, right? What should you do? Practice with, I'm repeating the same idea she gave. Practice with mentor, practice before the mirror, practice with friends. Go and practice before anybody and everybody. Don't worry. Don't worry. Practice, practice, practice. Because on the day, on the stage, when you are delivering a speech, you should not laugh, you should not forget. You forget one joke, the whole string gets lost. You miss the whole speech. You tell it, practice, 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 practice. Go stand there, just see the audience deliver it. On the day before finals, I even have a recording of how I practice. Now I have a 50-inch monitor, cam and all. I was in the olden days, I used to stand before my bureau. Bureau had a vertical mirror, so I cannot use body language. If I move away from this, I don't see the mirror, mirror doesn't see me. So I had to adjust myself in practicing. Now I have better advantages. But winning a humorous speech has a lot with your practice. Practice. Then of course you go perform on the stage, win that prize and come back. This is the shortest possible way I could explain to you how to win a humorous speech contest. Now, anyway, an education session has to end with always with some quote or some words of wisdom. So the word of wisdom is you don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. And that is not the purpose I am showing this slide. The same quote is available on the internet under Maurice Chevalier, under Michael Pitcher, under George Bernard Shaw, under an unknown person. Don't you find this humor? This is how you grab humor everywhere.
Now you said that. Next time under your name.
Next time I'll put Guru also because I said it. Okay, I think we are already running far. Maybe I'm ready to take one or two questions.
Just want to remind that yet another humorous speaker, I think, Untitled, he tried to come with a quote because he said that we have to start with a quote. Laser.
Yes. Yeah. So, and of course, one thing I missed is props, as he rightly said. And he even came with that, in the international speech contest, he came with a mask, right? That was a fantastic speech. Somehow, that was Adil, I believe.
Yeah.
He came with a mask. He made right use of the mask. And even in my speech, people said another powerful thing was that that rolling list. That Michael Madanaka, thanks to Kamal Hassan and Crazy Mohan, that rolling strip, it said it ignited the humor a lot in the particular end. So use prop effectively. If you need to use prop, don't force it. Because I remember once, that was my first ever division conference. His name is Vikram Nagaraj. Do you remember him? He had a stick, he got into a table, he wanted to do some jumping, he lost grip, he fell down, all the fun happened on the stage. He wanted to do some prop with some magic, some funny things. So please use only when absolutely necessary. You need not use a prop to create laughter. Always. If you use it properly, practice again, practice. Because I had to make sure I had a roll of paper that will open up, right? When you keep the paper a roll in your pocket, I have been keeping that in my pocket since morning 7 o'clock. It's quite possible that it will crumple, the cylinder will become a chapai. So, I don't know how many of you noticed. Right from morning I was always walking casually like this throughout, everyone say hi. Nobody knew why I am doing this. Because that roll, and also that roll should come in the last. By mistake it comes in the first, I don't know what to do. So I had kept it in such a way, and you will not believe 20-25 times I have practiced whether it comes within a second. Suddenly go like this, doesn't come, I am losing 5 or 6 seconds, which are golden moments for me. So these are certain things. Your speech should be humorous. You should not become a matter of fun when you are delivering in a contest. So these subtle things also you make sure. Practice is my final word of advice when you come for humorous speech. Other speeches, you can afford to make mistakes and adjust them in the speech. In humorous speech, you lost once in the middle of your speech, somewhere people lost track of you, you're done for the entire speech. So my request is, take it very seriously, try it out. Now can I see more show of hands after listening to my session? How many of you are going to participate in humorous speech contest? Just calm down. I will scare you off.
Because everybody know humorous speech is not a joke, it's a serious business.
Well, here is my offer. I am ready to mentor everyone with whatever I know. Though I will be contesting with you. I have done this, no worries. That's not a problem. After all, we are not in a war. So please reach out to me. My suggestion is everyone try giving a humorous speech. You will be remembered by the audience. How many of you still remember Bhavana? Bhavana. Whenever you see Shankar, we remember Bhavana. It's a fictitious character, I don't know. I may even, next time when I happen to go to Kolkata, I'm going to search for Bhavana. So he created that impact. I will tell you, after my first speech, I had friends from Sri Lanka. Next 2-3 years, whenever we were in a conference, they will come to me and say, "Salute, sir," because my whole speech was about my NCC experience. That speech creates an impact. So please attempt for that purpose. If there are no questions, other questions?
We will have it offline.
Yeah. Yes, we are going very late. Thank you very much once again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Guru, did you enjoy? Did it give you happiness?
Yes.
5 rules of happiness. Keep coming to Medley whenever DTM Guru is there. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're not able to do it, keep calling him. And that's the first rule. For all those people, I just summarize. First rule, remember Rupa. Happiness keeps moving. Rule number 2. Keep laughing. Rule number 3, TM Venkataseshan, don't compare. Rule number 4, TM Satana, keep happiness lies in small things. Rule number 5, remember Medley to be grateful and happy the wonderful club. I am Ananthan signing off for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Venkataseshan.
What a LOL session. Wonderful. I really enjoyed. All the speeches were very insightful, followed by an education session which made us laugh aloud and know the nuances of a humorous speech. How difficult it is, but how important it is as a public speaker. And to add to it a cherry to the cake, TMoD's session. It was really wonderful. I enjoyed a lot. I wanted to share some takeaways, but I think we had a lot of takeaways, each one of us, a lot more to take from today's session. So I will stop with this. With this, I would like to invite few of our guests. Due to paucity of time, I will just select 1 or 2 guests to share their feedback. Guest Naveen, can you please come over?
Feedback is I learn many things about the speaking skills and communication skills. Today's session I learned about the humor and how to be humorous and that's it. And I also want to become a member and need to participate in the speeches.
Please do visit us. Next week we will discuss.
Thank you.
So tomorrow we are having the judges training program. I hope many of us would have registered. If not, please register for the judges training program, which is one of the crucial training for the contests management. And our Vice President Education would be interested to have more of volunteering role players. So please take up the roles and volunteer for plan for your next 6 months or so and come up with your roles and reach out to your Vice President Education Toastmaster Prasanna so that she could plan our meeting for the next 3 months. So that would help us to plan our growth ahead. So that is one thing. And the last one is about the MOT, which we are planning to have next week. Toastmaster Saravanan, the area director, will visit us and he will conduct Moments of Truth. Moments of Truth is a kind of feedback from the guests and also the members, how well we are doing and where we can improve. So it gives a great opportunity for all the members to share their feedback to the executive committee and to the club so that the club can grow better and make more quality meetings further. With that, is there anything else I missed out? Yeah. We are, I'm announcing the contest date for humorous speech contest and evaluation contest for this season. We are having it on 16th of September. 16th of September is the date for humorous speech contest and evaluation contest. So we'll be announcing the venue and other details later. The date is finalized. It is 16th of September. And Toastmaster Anuradha is the contest chair. So please reach out to her. She will reach out to you for the nominations. Please share your nominations with her so that we will take it forward from there. Yes, and for the milestone meeting, 750th milestone meeting, which we are planning to have on October 7th, Toastmaster Rajesh Sahu will be the milestone chair. We are forming various committees to make it in a bigger way. So he will reach out to the various members, all the members for volunteering for those committees. If you are interested in any of these committees, please reach out to him and assist him and let us make this a successful one. But yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a request to all the new Toastmasters. This judges training program on contest management. Please go and attend. You will have a new perspective of Toastmasters, how we organize. Your leadership abilities will improve once you attend this. You will be good in doing such things even in your organization, your society, etc. Very good value added to you. Please don't miss it.
President, I have one suggestion. Let us not have club members as our own judges. Last time it was agreed to, but failed. Trio had agreed, but we failed. That is not happening. Thank you.
Yes, sure. We will share this with the judge who will be visiting us. So with this, I will announce the best performers of today's session. Best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Suresh. Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Rajesh Sahu. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Priyadarshini. table topic speaker goes to DTM Sundararaman. Best role player goes to With this, I adjourn meeting number 744. Thank you.